Stronghold. I'm the Magi, and today we've got an old reliable for you in the form of Midweek Magic mixed with an absolute first time event. For the first time ever, they are giving us a Chromatic Cube in Midweek Magic as a Phantom Draft. Now, for those who maybe aren't familiar with the Phantom Draft concept, just to be aware, that means that the cards that you draft will not be added to the collection at the end of the event. So, doing any kind of value or rare drafting is kind of out of the question because it won't matter. You don't get to keep it anyway. For those like myself who have not done Chromatic Cube before, also be aware that pack norms as far as rarities go right out the window. Typically in a pack you have the one rare or mythic, your three uncommons in a draft pack, and then everything else is common. When it comes to a cube, and for this week's event, Chromatic Cube, you could have a pack full of all rares and mythics. So those guidelines as well kind of go out the window. Tonight is going to be a bit of a long one here with these Phantom limited events, as they often are, because not only do we have to draft the event, build the deck, but then of course we're going to be playing it as well. So no time like the present to get started here. Before we get into all that, take just a second and smash the like button. Truly, it'll only take a moment to do all of those YouTube things, and it really helps the community. Speaking of community, if you haven't been seeing our community updates, take a moment, tap the bell icon, and update your notification settings. There's a lot of great information, and your voice can help shape the future of the channel. Now, what were we talking about? Oh yeah, right. We're just going to jump right in. For the first time ever, we have overlay capabilities going on. Damleth is what it is telling me is the best card here, and I mean that's not a crazy assumption there. This is a bot draft, so we have all the time in the world. There's no time picks the way there normally would be on this type of cube draft event. I am kind of leaning towards Maze Mind Tome here. This feels like really the best card. Mizzix's Mastery. Let me see here. This is one of the best things to see in your pack one, pick one scenario. This wouldn't be a huge bomb in all formats, but this format is a perfect place for it. For one thing, this set has a bunch of huge, powerful spells. For another thing, UR is a deck that can make a ton of mana. So that does feel potentially pretty good there. In fact, we have two 5-0 picks, both the Henrika and the Mizzix's Mastery. On the other hand, I know Maze Mind Tomb. I'm used to playing that. I'm not sure how I feel about taking a card I'm not really that familiar with playing with. At the beginning of combat of your turn, choose one that hasn't happened. Each player sacrifices a creature. You draw a card. Yeah, I'm not really feeling like maybe doing Suicide Black. Exile target card that isn't an instant or a sorcery from your graveyard. For each card exiled this way, copy it. You may cast the copy without paying its mana cost. Exile the Mastery, overload it. You may cast the spell for its overload cost. If you do, change text by replacing all instances of target with each. Wow, okay, so that lets you do a lot of bomb-tastic shit going on there. So that might actually be a really strong pick here, and we do know is a strong deck here in this. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and lock that up and move on to pick two. Here we got Toxrill, Valky. Man, maybe I should have gone black. And Izona, all very, very strong cards. What am I interested in here? Maybe Valky? Toxrill also really, really strong. Torphy is also really, really good if I wanted to stay in red. I'm not sure overall how I feel about that. And, well, Seasoned Pyromancer. We don't have ratings on that. So interesting stuff here. So Kenza also very good. And Alrin's Epiphany. Wait. Should I just take Alrin's Epiphany and try and force Is It? Take a extra turn after this one. Yeah, that feels like that could be really broken. I think that's where I'm gonna go here. I might be totally wrong. We'll see how it goes here. Two-handed axe, not so much. The Weatherlight actually deals combat damage to a player. You may look at your top 5 cards of your library. You may reveal a historic card. Do I want to play historic? I kind of don't think I do. But Expansion Explosion, that is a nice classic Is It sort of card. And that's really, really strong. Vorinclex also really good here. Vraska's Contempt also very good. Wow, man, like so many awesome cards here. Weatherlight could be really good, but I'm just not sure how I feel about trying to force Historic to make that good. Vorinclex really, really good. And I did say I was going to go green in one of these. Have I blown my first 2 picks by going Well, we'll go Vorinclex. We'll see if green stays open for us. And of course, almost the immediate answer there is no. No, it didn't. Let's see here. Eldest Reborn, very strong. I don't know if I want to start picking up a fourth color. That's pretty crazy. Watery Grave, not bad. There's some good lands here. Quasi Duplicant. Wow, that's pretty good. Honestly, only one of the mid-range cards in the pack, which is kind of crazy. Finale of Glory, Cavalier of Dawn, both very strong. Kindred Denial, counter target spell. Okay. Yeah, all right. We can go there. We will do that. Not sure that's the strongest pick, but it's what I'm going to go with. Cavalier. That feels very strong here. Kiora also not bad at all, but I think it's really hard here to beat Cavalier. Although Mindstone is pretty generally good. But, well, I mean, not that I think that's going to wheel, but honestly, something has to wheel. So we're going to go Cavalier here. And what do we got here? Chromatic Ori, Fabled Passage, both very strong. Spend mana, tap a bunch of mana. That's an interesting thing here. Fable Passage, Price of Fame, a Johnny World Tree, weird. Into the Royal is not terrible. I think we're going to take Fabled Passage here, though. And let's see here. We are looking at Showdown, Kami War, and a Nightclub Bouncer are our strongest individual cards. Chromatic Lantern is pretty darn good if I wanted to go 5-color green, but we're several picks out of that. Well, I mean, I guess we could still end up there. Nightclub Bouncer. Yeah, that doesn't feel super good. Scuttlemutt isn't bad. Chromatic Lantern is probably just better. Although I'm not a huge fan of 3 mana rocks. But Lantern is pretty darn strong. Okay, we're gonna go Lantern. Incubation Druid. Now that is the kind of card you want to see when you are trying to go 5-color green. Llanowar Visionary also very good, but I think Incubation Druid is just straight up better. And Finding the Way doesn't feel so good. So we're going to go Incubation Druid here, although Gilded Lotus is a very, very strong pick. But again, like I already have a 3-color rock. I'm not sure I want a 5-color rock. Add 1 mana of any color your lands could produce. Yeah, I think Incubation Druid is where we're going to go. Let's see here. Basoji, very nice. Not really strong color fixing, though. A very good utility spell. Let's see here. Aloris. Create a 3/2. I'm not terribly feeling that. I think Electrolyze might be the best card here. Well, Thief of Sanity is probably the best card. I don't know that going a non-green gold card is really the direction I want to go. But really, that's what I'm looking at either way. Scholar enters the battlefield. You may cast an instant sorcery card from your graveyard without paying its mana cost. Exile it instead. And a 5/5 flyer for 7? I don't know. That feels really heavily costed. I think I'm going to go Electrolyze here. Might be totes wrong. Okay, so we got some things that wield here, and the question becomes, what do we want? Pull of the Mist Moon, wield on a very high rating. That's a little unusual. Seasoned Pyromancer. Is that enters the battlefield, discard 2 cards, then draw 2 cards for each non-land card discarded this way. Create a 1/1 elemental creature token. That doesn't feel like the deck I want to play right here. It really doesn't. I think Sekenza might be the correct choice here. Target creature card in your graveyard perpetually becomes an artifact. You may cast that card this turn. I mean, that's powerful, but again, I don't know that I want to pick up a 4th color, so I think I'm just going to go Sekenza here for a utility land. Expansion Explosion feels like the correct pick here, although we could go Headquarters just for mana fixing. No, I can't pass Expansion Explosion a second time. That's absurd. Provisioner, whenever land enters your battlefield under your control, create a treasure token or a food token. That does feel pretty strong for a 5-color green deck, and the rest of this stuff going on here is really not anything I'm terribly interested in. So I think we will go with the green card here. I'm out of mana, so draw a card. So yeah, Mindstone is just strictly better. So we will go with that. Catacomb or wait, why am I even talking? Young Pyromancer. I can't believe I didn't see that the first time around. Metamorph, also very strong. So this is looking more and more like an Izzet deck, honestly. Junji is the wrong color. Prosper Tomebound, also kind of the wrong color. Sulphur Falls, on the other hand, is not. Monster Manual, the only green card in this pack. Let's see here. So Sulphur Falls or Rawl's Outburst for the Izzet deck. And Phoenix, equipped creature has flying. Whenever equipped creature dies or perpetually gains, it deals combat damage. Okay, way too much. Prismari Command, a Braid, also very good. I think Command might be the correct pick here, and then hopefully either Falls or Outburst Wheels. So let's see what kind of luck we get here. Fiery Emancipation. Oh, God, it's been so long I can't even remember this card. If a source you control would deal damage to a permanent or a player, it deals triple. Yeah, okay, that feels ridiculously strong, as does Shark Typhoon. Both of those spells are absurdly good. Typhoon, I think, technically, and according to the AI here, is the stronger card. And it cycles. Man, that is such a hard choice there, honestly. And we've got Karn. Put that silver counter on it. Wow. Oh man, so many good cards here. I mean, honestly, I think I'm gonna go Shark Typhoon here. So many things I hope wheels, and unfortunately, I'm only gonna be able to take one of those. Lutri. Oh my God, is this really happening? I'm not even sure this is happening. Yeah, Lutri feels really good here. Royal Eruption also pretty darn strong. Yeah, and we can even name this as a companion. That's wow, that's gonna be absurd. Okay, Great Henge. If I want to go green, and that feels less and less likely at this point. I mean, do I just take Niv? Yeah, just take Niv. What? Why am I even talking? Why is this a conversation that's being had? Heart of Corinne. That is really strong. It's a crew of 3. Electro Dominance also really good here. And Vivian Reed, wow, like this really makes me wish I had been able to go green, but it just really was not happening with this. Dream Eater, Surveil 4. When you do, return target non-land permanent an opponent controls to its hand. Okay, that's a big beat stick. Better offer. Put a random creature card with X or less onto target opponent's library onto the battlefield under your control. It perpetually has base power and toughness XX and gains award 1. Wow, that is so complicated. I'm not even sure I would use that correctly. Combustible Gear Hulk. You may draw 3 cards if the player. I can have target opponent draw 3 cards. If the player doesn't, you mill 3 cards. Then the Combustible Gear Hulk deals damage to that player equal to the total mana value of those cards. Wow. Oh no, target opponent may have you draw 3 cards. Okay, so that's draw 3 or take a huge beating. Dream Eater, I think, technically better. I mean, it's tempo and evasion, but Gear Hulk is. Oh wow, that is such a tough choice. Okay, I'm gonna go Gear Hulk. I might be totally wrong. Feel free to prove me wrong, internet. Cavalier Flame. Wow, another Gear Hulk. And this one. Instant card from your graveyard without paying its mana cost. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Wow. I'm not seeing much in the way of. Oh well, there is our Spire Bluff. That feels like a pretty solid pick, as does the Phyrexian here. At the beginning of your upkeep, exile the top card of your library. You may play it this turn at the beginning of each opponent's upkeep. The next time you would draw a card this turn, instead exile the top card of their library. You may. Whoa, wait a minute. At the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, the next time they would draw a card this turn, instead exile the top card of the library. They may play it. So that feels a little symmetrical. I don't I don't love that. Spire Buff feels very, very good. Voracious Great Shark feels stupidly good. Yeah, we'll go with that. Let's see here. Star of Extinction. Destroy target land. Deals 20 damage to each creature in each planeswalker. Wow, that is dumb. That is insanely dumb. Celestis feels pretty good. I mean, there's a ton of good green stuff here, but I think I'm pretty out of green at this point. I think Celestis might be the correct pick here. No, well, there's Raoul's Outburst, and that was kind of what I was saying. I hope wield. I don't think I like Phoenix. I mean, a 2/2 flyer for 3 is okay. It reconfigures. It might let me draw cards. I mean, that could do a thing. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna have to go out first here, though. Honestly, I'm gonna stick with the card I know. Firemind Vessel. I mean, a 4-mana rock is not great, but nothing else here really does anything for me. Lantern. Well, Lantern could do a thing. Look at the top card of your library. It's a land card. Put it on. If you don't put the card in the battlefield, you may put it in the bottom of your library. So it's not card draw, but it is card filtering. I think I'd rather have the Vessel for ramp here. I'm probably totally wrong. Sabala is probably the best pick there. Navigation Orb is okay. Can't reveal those cards, put in the battlefield tapped, and the other into your hand. Yeah, I think I gotta take Navigation Orb here, just for lack of other options, honestly. Fires of Victory, Yawgmoth, Vesuvian Mist is pretty decent, actually. Spells kicked, conjure a duplicate of that card into your hand. Okay, that does feel kind of good. But I'm not going to be able to kick it. Well, I've got several sources that might allow me to kick that. And I think it is better than Fires of Victory, although that is a much easier card for me to kick. But this is more permanent removal, and I probably should have a lot of cards in hand. Maybe a bad choice. That could be a bad choice. I'm going to go ahead and take Better Offer, even though I'm not sure I know how to use that card. Twin Inferno, sure. And Clone Crafter, conjure a duplicate of a random creature card in the library. Yeah, okay, why not? Sure. Minsk, kind of ridiculous. Meteor Golem actually looks decent. Heraldic Banner is probably not bad, but a long way from being the best card in this pack. Mirror Hall Mimic is a possibility. Mephit's Enthusiasm, also really, really good. Jangith? I can't name... No card in your starting deck has more than one of the same... Yeah, that definitely is not going to apply to our deck. I'm thinking Mephit's Enthusiasm here might be the correct pick. Last chance to talk me out of it, guys. Okay, we're going to go with it. Let's see. Jaya. Really kind of dumb good. Chart of Course also really good. But yeah, I think Jaya is pretty hard to beat here, honestly. And at this point, I have no idea what I'm cutting. Let's go ahead and pull the green down. I don't think those are gonna go anywhere. That green deck kind of sailed on us here. And really, I'm just gonna put the AI to some serious work here, figuring this out. Totally the wrong colors there. Siege Gang Commander Now that I'm actually starting to look at this. Vizier of the Menagerie, that would be awesome if you were doing that mono green thing. Krenko, also pretty good, but I think Siege Gang is just straight up better. Champion of Wits? You may draw a card equal to its power. If you do, discard 2 cards. Wait a minute. Okay, I was thinking Battle of Wits. Okay, never mind. Search for Sconsa. Wow, that is a really low ranking on that. I'm a little surprised there. I think Siege Gang might be the best. Oh, wait a minute, Lear. Lear? Yeah. Okay, Lear. Yeah, I don't know how I almost missed that. Let's see here. Not a lot going on for my deck. Dragon Master Outcast. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you control 6 or more lands, create a 5/5. Okay, yeah, that feels kind of dumb. As does Sarkin. Either one of those, I think, could be kind of dumb. I'm not really playing a dragon deck though. So I think we take the Outcast here. Just do dumb things. Facebreaker, not bad. Burn down the house, also not bad. Crackle with power, really. 5 times X damage to target, to X targets. Wow. And I don't know, can we produce enough mana here to actually make that dumb? I don't know. Immortal Sun. I mean, I'm only running 1 Planeswalker, right? And that's Jaya, I think. Wow, this just has too many good choices, honestly. What does my creature count look like? Sorceries and instants, I've got 11. Creatures, I only have 11. So I probably need to do some creatures here. That should probably be a thing that I do. So do we take Facebreaker on that? So we don't just straight up get run over? And that gives us a lot of treasure too. I think that's the right pick there. Opportunistic Dragon, yes, that's a thing that's happening. Also Gola. Olivia, probably the better card, but obviously I'm not in black. Opportunistic Dragon. Choose target human or artifact an opponent controls. Gain control of that, sure. Yeah. Okay. Sabi Siphoner. This spell costs 2. If there are no instants or sorceries in your hand, that feels a little unlikely. But still, a 2/2 for 4 with flash is not terrible. When it enters the battlefield, return target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand. That feels pretty good. Parallel Lives, probably the better card there. Predator, also really, really good. Relic, I'm not loving Relic there. Circuit Mender is not the worst card in the pack, but I don't know. Do we take the Siphoner here? I mean, I guess we do. It's probably the best card for us. And Alrun, God of the Cosmos, Midnight Clock actually feels like a strong option, which is weird. Guardian Idol is ramp. Okay, that's some pretty good fixing though, right there. Yeah, I think I like that better than Alrun. For each card in your hand, I mean, that's a double legendary creature. Choose a card type. Yeah, I think we're just going to take the land here. Magmatic Channeler? Meteor Golem. I don't really feel like I need colorless removal in the form of Meteor Golem. Yeah, okay, we're going to go Channeler here. Man, the AI is going to have a serious workout going on here. Is Chart the Course the best card for us? I mean, I kind of guess it is. Siege Gang Commander. Yep. Can't believe that wheel, but I mean, it's Cube, so I guess crazy shit has to wheel sometimes. I think Kenrith is probably the strongest card here, but that's like for a very different deck. So I think we're going to take Sarkin here. It probably won't make the cut, to be real honest. Crackle with power. Oh my goodness, I cannot believe the insanity here. I'm going to take this just because it's blue. Didn't even read the card. And sure, Parallel Lives for our last pick of not playing green. I cannot believe Parallel Lives was our throwaway card. That's kind of insane, to be honest. Let's see here. What does Ye Old Deck Helper want us to do? Okay, so obviously it's got us cutting the green here. It wants us to cut Twinferno, Firemind's Vessel, Chromatic Lantern. That's a little surprising, but okay. Fires of Victory wants us to cut Agent of Rafine. Yeah, okay. Like I said, I didn't even read that. Chart a Course, one of the weaker cards. Channeler. Where's our boy Channeler? Wait, he's going to be up at the top, right? Yep, Channeler. Rahl's Outburst also wanting us to cut. Electrolyze wanting us to cut. Crazy. Expansion Explosion it wants us to cut. Kindred Denial, sure. Wait, is it just having me cut the cards that it doesn't have ratings for? Is that what's going on here? Both Agent of Rafine and Kindred Denial, it's not going to have ratings on those, so maybe we reevaluate those. Alrin's Epiphany, it wants me to cut. Again, because I think it doesn't have a rating for it. Celestis is a cut. Mastery, which is what started all this, it wants us to cut. That's pretty wild. And it wants us to cut Fable Passage. I don't understand why it would want us to cut Fable Passage and just run basics. So I think we're gonna say no on that one. All right. So what do we got here that it has us keeping? Do we throw Lutri in as our companion? I don't see any reason not to do that. All right, so it did have us keep Better Offer. So maybe it does kind of have a plan here. Yeah, and it had us keep Method. But it had us keep Navigation Orb. That's a little crazy. All right, you know what? I'm what, 20 minutes into the video here? No, I'm 35 minutes into the video here. We are going to call this done, and I'm going to start playing here. think we go -2 here. And we attack with 5. We draw a bunch of cards. They die. Yeah, okay. Alright. That is a win. Got to love the win. And what do we get for our efforts here? Well, I gotta tell you, after playing with all those super cool cards, getting that particular rare feels a little disappointing. But a rare is a rare, and I will take it. Anyone watching this that might be around tomorrow afternoon, I'm going to be playing this on my second account about 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And my plan is to force green. Okay, so no need to get that out right away. So I think we drop the Triome here. And we'll go with the Clone Crafter on 2. Why not? They see the writing on the wall there. All right, lovely. That's a second win. At almost 80 minutes on the stream here. Snatch that up, sure. See what we get for our efforts here. Another rare. And the Stronghold, I'm the Magi, and it's Wednesday afternoon, and I'm going to take a few minutes here and jump in for some Midweek Magic Chromatic Cube on the secondary account. I played the primary last night, going blue-red spells, and did pretty well. I think most of the problem I had was about me not knowing the cards or how I should best make them interact, as well as being, well, what I can only describe as super tired. But today we're going to get right in here, and I am going to attempt to force green. I gave that as advice, and I think it's only fair to try it at least once myself here. And boy, there is not a lot of really awesome green stuff here. Sovereign, 3 damage to target creature or planeswalker. Enters the battlefield or attacks for 5. It's a well, I mean that's That is pretty darn solid. Reality Chip, another really good one there. Liliana, very, very solid. Shigeki is literally the only green card here, and it does not feel super good. Key to the Archive, on the other hand, that does feel super good. So I think we're going to go Key to the Archive here and keep our eye open for more green stuff. Reclamation Sage, again, not a super strong green card here. I'm not really feeling the green love at all. Chromatic Lantern, surprisingly low rated for this format. Firemind's Vessel, also not super great. Maniform Hellkite looks to be one of the stronger cards here, as does Emperor. Both double pips. I'm not sure how I feel about that this early in the draft, to be going super strong one color or the other. Ancient Copper Dragon, also really, really good. Denrika, that was a card I passed up last night. For a legendary card, Cabinet Sisei just does not feel really awesome, nor does Reclamation Sage. So what am I going to take here? Are we gonna take the Hellkite, or the Ancient Copper, or Emperor? I hate being indecisive on stream. I really do. All right, I'm gonna go with the Ancient Copper. Bosijo is okay. Tovalar, really strong. That feels like a good, solid green pick here. Anything else here I'd really be super into? Hostage Taker is great. Temple of Malady, really good. I think we take Tovalar here. Incubation Druid and Botanical Garden on the green front. Crackle with Power just mocked me last night, so I don't think I'm interested in playing that particular game again. So I think we are going to take the Incubation Druid here and keep trying to steer into that green. Timeless Witness doesn't feel awesome. Simulacrum feels really good, whatever color we go. Breeding Pool, also a very solid card there. Ornithopter of Paradise is actually not rated. How weird. I think we're going to go Simulacrum here. And sorry about the maintenance blower if that's showing up on the audio. Hate that. Not a great tri-land for us. Guardian Idol, not bad. This Kiora could be pretty good on the green. Godpharaoh's Gift feels pretty good though. At the beginning of your combat, you may exile a creature card. If you do, create a token that's a copy. Yeah, that feels reasonably strong here. I mean, I definitely have to invest in some ramp here, or should I just take Guardian? No, I'm going to take the Godpharaoh. It's early enough that I'm just going to draft as much raw power as we can. Oracle, for instance, additional lands, Winding Way, choose creature or land, reveal top 4 cards of your library, put all cards of that way into your hand and the rest into your graveyard. That's interesting. Maze Mind Tome, another great card draw piece. I think I got to take Oracle here though. Inscription of Abundance, very good card. Final Devastation, for a creature card X or less. That is really, really sexy. I'm not sure it's what I want though. I think I want to go Inscription here. Final Devastation is just so difficult for limited. And here we go. Sky Sovereign came back around. Mirage Mirror. Creature or enchantment or land until end of turn. That's pretty solid. Field of the Dead. I mean, that could be pretty good. I think we go Sky Sovereign here, just on sheer power. Here, do I take a look at the Reclamation Sage at this point or Chromatic Lantern? Yeah, I think I'm going to take the Lantern. That might be the wrong call, but all right, I'm going to take the Temple here. Or am I? Feed the Swarm, destroy target creature or enchantment. You lose life equal to that opponent's mana value. Yeah, I think I want to take the land. We're gonna go a land. Wow, nothing here has real rankings. That's awesome. Vitality Sap. Double black. Woe Strider could be okay. Look at top 4 cards of opponent's library. Exile one of them. May look at it cast as long as it remains exiled. And yeah, okay, we're gonna take Gaunty. Maybe we're splashing black here. Ornithopter feels pretty good here. I think it's actually better than the Timeless Witness, honestly. I could be completely wrong. Please feel free to prove me wrong, oh internet of ours. Phyrexian Metamorph. I think we just take the nice, simple Guardian Idol. Sure, and a Kenrith. That could totally happen. Toxrill, really, really good. What else have we got here? So Toxrill is the highest rated card here, and I kind of feel like I'm everywhere but green. Ultimatum just doesn't feel great for this deck. Tatiova is pretty good. I mean, do I just take the Toxrill? Okay. You talked me into it. Karn. Good old Karn or Junji or Sheldred. Wow. So much good black cards here. Tough. Very, very tough. Or do I just take Beanstalk Giant in my attempt to force green? I think that's what we do here. And we are definitely given some reward for going green here. Chattering Squirrel General tokens. Those tokens plus that many 1/1 green creatures. Target creature gets plus X. Interesting. I mean, do I just take Crater Behemoth here? Is that the correct play? Nisa. Less than or equal to the number of loyalty counters on Eden. You put the card onto the battlefield. Wow. Okay, we'll go Nisa.
The ties that bind us all.
Oracle of the Alpha in draft. Whoever would have thought. We've got Chariot here. We've also got a decent land in the pathway, but I think Chariot is just much, much better for us. And that is the standard version, not the alchemy version. That's pretty nice. Mirari's Wake feels like a good, strong option here. Izona feels a little tough to cast, even in a deck that's leaning a little green. So yeah, I think we go Mirari's Wake here. Fight with Fire looks decent here. I mean, I'm a little tempted to just take our old friend, the Carotid. Or do I take the Pathway? Yeah, all right. We're gonna go there. Parallel lives, you say. If an effect would create one or more tokens, wow. Do I start building tokens at this point, or do I take the Celestis? Hedron Archive, draw 2 cards. That's really solid ramp. Good gracious, there's just too many choices in this. Honestly, I don't have a lot of stuff that's doing tokens. But I guess Chariot kind of does. Huntmaster kind of does. All right, Parallel Lives. Go green. Spring Bloom Druid enters the battlefield. You may sacrifice a land. If you do, search your library for up to 2 basic lands and put them onto the battlefield tapped. That's pretty good. Or Binding of the Old Gods. Those are both really solid choices here. Mind Stone also really good. Nothing here is going to wheel, unfortunately. Okay, I'm going to take Druid. Prepared to be completely wrong about that. Monster Manual, I kind of hate. Tatiova, not loving it. Although it's probably not bad if I could play blue. Shrom's not awesome. To mill a creature. Okay, Monster Manual actually could be decent in this if I can get it down. If I can stick it. Let's see here. What do we want? I want something obviously that's going to be splashable. So I guess maybe Big Score is the way to go here. Forgeborn Phoenix does not feel awesome. Chattering Squirrels, now that I'm kind of leaning towards maybe having a little more token-esque build, feels pretty good. Let's go with that. Oh boy. Seize the Spoils, Vizier, tap and untapped. Tap, untap another target permanent. When untap target permanent, seize the spoils, create 2 treasure tokens. Yeah, okay, I'm going to seize the spoils here, just on the token aspect. Temple of the Dragon Queen does not feel awesome. Unburial Rites could be pretty good. Nightclub Bouncer does not feel great because I'm not really blue at this point. So I guess we're going to take Unburial Rites here and just know that's probably not super playable for us. Dire Strain. Destroy an artifact, enchantment, or land. If a land was destroyed this way, its controller may search the library for up to 2 basic land cards, put them onto the battlefield tapped, and then shuffle. Otherwise, its controller may search the library for a basic land card, and it flashes back. Koval. The Cursed King enters the battlefield or attacks, sacrifice another permanent. Whenever you sacrifice a permanent, put a +1/+1 counter. I mean, I guess that's the better card. I don't know if I'm going to play it. Sure, Restoration Angel. Going to pack 3. My goodness. Okay. Fiend Artisan is pretty strong. Archangel is probably stronger, but I'm really not looking to pick up double white. And Razor's Forerun honestly is not awesome. Nyetha, whenever one or more creatures controls fights becomes blocked, draw a card at the beginning of combat in your turn. You may pay 3, double target creature's power. I mean, that's a really solid card. No joking around. Vigilance, Trample, Haste enters the battlefield. Other creatures, yeah, I have to take that. There we go. Menagerie Courtier. Add a mana of any color. Only cast a creature spell. Whenever you cast a creature spell that doesn't share a creature type with a creature card in your library, draw a card. That could be really, really good. Jengatha. No card in your starting deck may have more than one mana symbol. So I'd have to cut Gonti and, well, actually some of this higher end stuff as well. I'm not really feeling that. Storm the Festival is a good strong maybe. You may have you may put up to 2 permanent cards with mana value 5 or less from among them onto the battlefield. Okay, Storm the Festival feels a lot better than Menagerie, although Menagerie taps for mana. Growth Spiral, also really, really good. Harrow, very, very good. My goodness, there's so much good green here. What to take? Now that's interesting for the token aspect. I mean, Storm the Festival honestly could wheel unless somebody else is mono green. What do my creature types look like at this point? So I have 2 dragons, 2 druids, 2 humans, 2 nobles. So the majority of my creature cards do not have a secondary creature type. So we're gonna go with the curator here. Nisa, Titan of Industry. Yeah, I just gotta go. Gotta go Titan. Slicer? Slicer is really strong here. That does feel really, really good. Escape the Wilds. Exile top 5 cards of your library. You may play cards exiled this way until the end of your next turn. You may play an additional land. That does feel really good. Obnixious feels obnoxious. And definitely not the deck I'm trying to play at the moment. So, Slicer or Escape. I think I got to take Slicer here and see if maybe Escape wheels. I mean, that could happen. Garruk feeling really strong right there. Lulf, obviously very good, but not something I'm trying to do. Yeah, I think Garruk is the correct play here. We may have successfully forced green. Lotus Cobra, pretty darn good. Fauna Shaman also. Discard a creature card. I think I'd rather have Lotus Cobra here, right? I mean, yeah, okay, that's what we're doing. I don't think that's gonna get played. I don't think Gonti is gonna get played. Tovalar may. Unburial Rites, probably not. I mean, I guess with as much mana fixing going on, I could actually play Kenrith. That could be a thing that happens. Weatherlight. I mean, yeah, okay. We'll take the raw power here, see where it goes. Kappa or Llanowar. I mean, Llanowar feels really good. Maelstrom Pulse also feels very strong there. Territorial Kabu for Domain. Weird. Blade Reforged. Attacks exile target. I mean, you can play that card until end of turn. Or do I just take a land here? This battlefield, Death Touch. You know what? I'm just gonna take the land that also gives me a cycling option. Could be completely wrong there. So the Piper Wheel, the Visionary green feels pretty darn open here for the rest of this. This gives me card draw. This gives me card draw and acceleration. This gives me cheating creatures out, which could actually be kind of good, as much like really ridiculous dumb stuff as I've got. I think I'm gonna go Piper here. And do I take Provisioner here over Harrow? I think I do, because the odds of me being able to cast Growth Spiral on curve where I really want to doesn't feel great. And I mean, I think the land here is probably the best thing to do, right? Yep. Okay, I'm gonna take the land. And wow, this is just not really giving me much of anything. I mean, I guess the Joint Exploration is the thing I'm most likely to want to cast, so we'll pick that up. That could be total garbage. Young Pyromancer is a great card, not something that really fits here. Inspector enters battlefield, investigate. Okay, nothing I take here is going to be good. So let's click on one at random. Fauna Shaman Wield, interesting. And Davril for a card that is just not going to make my deck.
Only one who dressed up for the occasion.
Thanks, Davril. Appreciate that. Okay, let's see. What do we got here in the way of things with things with things? Let's take a look at our deck helper. So yeah, they're going green-black here, and actually cutting a lot of unexpected things here. Yeah, they went very strong black, and they went Davril, which I'm not sure I love. Okay, so this is a definite cut. That's a definite cut. They want me to cut Chromatic Lantern. I'm not sure I can argue with that. Big Score we can get rid of. Menagerie Curator they want us to get rid of. Okay, I can live with that. Piper, I'm a little surprised by. Let's see here. Monsters Manual they want me to cut. Endrazor, which I kind of hate cutting this, but okay, I'm gonna trust the AI here. Nisa they want me to cut. Kenrith, did they have me keep Kenrith? Are you kidding me? No, we're cutting Kenrith. Okay, thank goodness. Mirari's Wake is a cut. So many of these, just it feels so wrong to be cutting some of this stuff. Ancient Copper Dragon, Toxroll. Where are we at? We got 3 cards we need to cut. Seize the Spoils is one of them. Chromatic Lantern we got. Menagerie Curator, Simulacrum, our Sad Robot. They want us to cut Sad Robot. That's truly sad. Oh, and Restoration Angel, obviously. Okay, so that is our deck here. Did our best to force green here, and we've got a lot of colorless going on and a slight splash of black for Davril. This feels very weird. I'm not sure how well this is actually gonna do, but we're gonna run it here. And well, something isn't quite right here because they are suggesting that we cut the carotid, and I have not cut that. So what have I cut that they don't want me to? Nothing is actually jumping out at me as is what are we running lands? That's 14, 17. I don't know why it's got me running the blue land, for instance, if I'm not running anything that's blue. Okay, let's start to assume that maybe things are stupid. All right, Fauna Shaman, is this in our list? It is. Cartilid is not, or carotid. Okay, Monster Manual was a cut. Curator was a cut. Piper was a cut. And Razor was a cut. Mirari's Wake and Nisa both cuts. Fake Hearst King, Chromatic Lantern, Solemn Simulacrum. Okay. Gonti is the other card they want me to run, and that's interesting. So we've got double black at the 4-drop slot, but I'm honestly not sure why I'm running these two lands. All right, you know what? I'm gonna run with it here. Let's see what we get. We have trusted the AI, for better or worse. Let's see if we can get some rare ICRs here. That is not terrible. Although there's really not much I can do for a couple of turns here. I think I'm gonna mull this. Yeah, that feels a little better into the Guardian Idol. Yeah, what do I get rid of here? I mean, I guess the Slicer, right? We'll cut the Slicer, and we'll try and run this with 3 forests into a Guardian Idol, and then some interesting 4-drops. I think his deck is made up mostly of the green stuff that we passed. Turn, sure. Wow, they're just scooping it up. They weren't feeling that at all. Which is unfortunate because I think we were about to just explode onto them. So maybe they knew that. What'd we get? A nice Giada. Okay, I think that gives me 3 on this free to play only account. So that's pretty nice. That actually might influence some deck choices for this account. And there's our silly thicket. Yeah, okay. That doesn't feel too bad. I mean, we can Oracle on 3 and just start manaing for everything. Lotus Cobra. Let's do that. And we'll play a land. Yep, that was enough for them. They were like, nopey nope, nope, nope. All right, so that's 2 wins here for the Force Green deck here. And I feel like I was only semi-successful in the forcing green thing. There were some times where it was open, but there was definitely some times that I feel like we made some suboptimal picks here and stuff that we picked highly that the AI said we shouldn't end up running. So that's okay. You learn these things. This was literally my first Chromatic Cube. Pit Fighter. All right, so in conclusion, I completely see the appeal of this format. You get the opportunity to play with some very powerful cards, make some very interesting draft decisions, and really fine-tune your deck building because, well, everything is probably going to be good. The downside here is the cost of 4,000 gold or 600 gems. And really, at that rate, that makes this an event that is very much for a well-established and skilled drafter, as well as someone who has a very established collection and really has no problem adding new sets to their collection and has plenty of resources. Because, and even if you do 4 wins, you were probably better off just buying packs. Because at that point, you're guaranteed to get 1 rare wild card and 3,000 gold back. So there was a lot of wheel spinning going on here. You converted 4,000 gold into 3,000 gold, and 1 rare and 2 uncommons. Not a lot of return for what is very often going to be an hour to an hour and a half of time spent doing this event. So you're very much playing for the experience. And for the right player, frankly, that is an experience worth having. Not taking that away from anyone whatsoever. But for a lot of budget players in our community, this is just not the best way to be spending your gold, much less, heaven forbid, your gems. And folks, before you go, make sure you've subscribed to the channel so you don't miss out on a thing. Because I know I can't change the magic economy all by myself, but I think we can.